Okay. So we are discussing horizontal projectile yesterday. We discussed based on that. Today we are going to do a problem based on that. Okay. You take that problem. An aeroplane. This is an example. Aeroplane is traveling horizontally. At a height of 2000 meters from the ground. The aeroplane when at a point P, drops a bomb to hit a stationary target. Q. That target is Q. On the ground. That target is on the ground. In order that the bomb hits the target, what angle theta must the line PQ make with the vertical. So that is the problem. Take G is 10. Okay. So this is the problem. Okay. An aeroplane is traveling horizontally at a height of 2000 meters, which is moving with the aeroplane is moving with a speed 100 meters second inverse. Of course, it is not given in the diagram. It is given in the diagram. So the flight is at a point P, moving horizontally with a speed 100 meters second inverse. So that is given, which is at a height 2000 meters. Okay. So the target will be here, which is on the ground. So this is the target Q. Q is the target. So what is the angle made by this line PQ with the vertical? So this is the vertical. So if this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. Okay. Now see, Aeroplane is moving with velocity 100 meter second inverse at an altitude 2000 meters, which is moving horizontally. It drops a bomb to hit the target. The target will be Q. So once the bomb is hit, dropped, so it will take which path? Parabola. So the bomb travels like this. So it has, when the flight is moving like this, when a flight reaches here, the bomb will reach here. When a flight will be here, bomb will be here. When a flight will be here, the bomb will be at Q. So when the bomb hits the target, the flight position will be P dash. Flight position will be P dash. This dotted lines shows the position, the path of the aeroplane. So because it has horizontally uniform speed, so the horizontal velocity of the bomb is also same, because there is no gravity in horizontal direction. So the gravity acts only in vertical direction. So it is a two-dimensional motion. In vertical direction, it is accelerated motion. In horizontal motion, the bomb has uniform motion. So the distances traveled by this flight will be same as the distance traveled by this bomb in horizontal direction. Okay? So when the bomb hits this target, the flight position of the flight will be at P dash. Okay? So this is the path taken by this bomb. Okay? What we want this angle. So how much time it will take? So this angle is theta. If this angle is theta, this is the line PQ. P is the position where the bomb is dropped. Q is the target. So this is the line PQ, which makes an angle theta with the vertical. Okay? So we want this angle. So for this, in this triangle, let it be PQR. This is the R. So this is the range R. PQ, let it be, this is the O. Okay? So this is the range, this is the height. So to reach this bomb, how much time it will take? So the time, to get that time, I am apply S is equal to UT, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, half GT square in vertical direction. Vertical direction. Initial velocity of the flight in vertical direction is 0. Okay? So height, vertical displacement of this bomb is h. Dropped here, it falls on this. So vertical displacement is h. H is equal to initial velocity of this bomb is equal to initial velocity of the flight. So bomb is dropped from the flight. So it has initial velocity equal to velocity of the flight. So if you are dropped a body from the flight, its initial velocity is not 0. It has velocity equal to velocity of the aeroplane, because the bomb is dropped from aeroplane. So it has horizontal velocity 100 meter second inverse. So horizontal velocity. So vertical velocity is 0. So this is 0 plus half GT square. Okay? So from this, how much time it will take to reach the ground? Square root of 2h by g. Okay? So from this, half GT square is equal to h. I want t. T square is equal to 2h by g. I want t under root. So this is the time taken to hit the ground. Okay? Now, this is the horizontal range. So what is the horizontal range? horizontal range is equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Horizontal velocity range is equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Okay, so horizontal range is r, horizontal velocity is u, time of flight. This bomb takes time t seconds to hit the ground, so that time is square root of 2h by g. Okay, so that is, you substitute the values. So what you will get here? U 100 square root of h 2 into 2000. Okay, g is 10. So here 10 get cancelled, 2 into 400. Square root of 400 becomes 20. So you will get 100 into 20. That is 2000. Okay, 2000 meters. So range is 2000 meters. So this range we got it as 2000 meters. So when the bomb is dropped here, if the target is here, the bomb should be dropped from here at the point, at the position P. Bomb should be dropped. Then that bomb, it will become it is equivalent to a body projected horizontally with initial velocity u. So it will take how much time to reach the ground? Square root of 2h by g. So I got from this range. So range means from the position ground where the bomb is dropped to target. That is range, horizontal distance travelled by the bomb. So I want in this triangle, I want theta. So you apply from the triangle. So OPQ. I want tan theta. Tan theta is equal to r by h. R is 2000. H is 2000. Both are same. So you will get 1. So tan theta is equal to 1. So what you will get? Theta is equal to 45 degrees. So this is the required answer. Okay. This line makes an angle 45 degrees with the vertical. Okay. Next sum. The next model. Suppose a body is projected. With an angle theta with initial velocity u. From a tower of height h. From a tower of height h. How much time it will take? How much time taken to hit the ground? How much time taken to hit the ground? And with what velocity it will strikes? And with what velocity it will hits the ground? It will hits the ground. So this is the problem. Okay. This is the next model. A body is projected with an angle theta with the initial velocity u. See, from a tower of height h. This is the ground. So a body is projected from a tower with an angle theta like this. So it will fall like on the ground. Okay. So this is the horizontal. So it will be projected with initial velocity u, making an angle theta with horizontal. Okay. This is the tower of height h. So you projected from the tower. So it takes the parabolic path like this. So let AB be the height of the tower. So you are projected from the point B, from top of the tower. So it will hit the ground. This is the ground. Let it be, it hits the point C. Okay. So it hits the ground at C like this with some velocity. We want this velocity. With what velocity it will hit the ground and how much time it will take to reach the ground. How we can solve this problem? Okay. See, such problems we can solve. The initial velocity is resolved into two components. So the initial velocity, the horizontal component is u cos theta, vertical component u sin theta. Okay. Resolve the initial velocity u into two components, horizontal component u cos theta, vertical component u sin theta. So how we are solving the problems, you have to learn. So this two-dimensional motion, vertical and horizontal two-dimensional motion, I consider two independent rectilinear motions. One is along the x-axis, other is along y-axis. That's why this velocity is resolved into components. Okay. So what is the vertical displacement? I want to get a time from B to C. This is the point C where it hits the ground. So time to go B to C. So what is the vertical displacement? H, minus h. So from B to C, from B to C. So apply S is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, between B and C. B is the point where the stone is projected. C is the point on the ground where it will hit the ground. So this is, I am applying in vertical direction. Okay. So what is Sy? Vertical displacement is, it is minus h. So you are projected like this. Since you are projected up but it reaches down, so you have to take this one as minus h, because initial direction of motion is up. Finally it will reach the ground. So displacement you have to consider as minus h. Okay. Opposite to the initial direction of motion. Initial velocity uy in vertical direction is u sin theta. Acceleration in vertical direction is minus g, minus z. So I want t. Substitute these values in this expression, you will get a time. So h is equal to, minus h is equal to u sin theta into t plus minus half g t square. Okay. So by solving this equation, okay, this is a quadratic equation. So what is the quadratic equation? This is gt square. I multiply with 2 and bring this side, gt square and minus 2u sin theta into t minus, you bring this one minus, it will become plus, minus is here, minus 2h is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation in T. So solve this quadratic equation. Okay, solve the quadratic equation, solve the above equation. We get T. What is T? Time taken to reach the ground. Time taken to reach ground. That is from B to C. So this is the answer for first problem. Second problem, with what velocity it will hit the ground? So this velocity is again resolved into components, two components, vertical component and horizontal component. So I will draw this diagram once again because here there is no space. So I will show this one once again. So it will be hits like this. So this is the velocity with which it hits the ground. Let it be V. This is the point C where it hits the ground. This velocity, with what velocity it will hit the ground, we don't know. Let it be V. So this velocity is resolved into components Vx and Vy. Okay, so we first find Vx. Vx value is u cos theta. It won't change. Okay, there is no change in Vx. So second one, this is the answer for A. Okay, now we are taking with what velocity it will hit the ground. That is the we are going to solve. Okay, so this is B. Horizontal velocity Vx. Let V be the velocity with which it hits the ground. So we don't know, let it be V. Okay, I want V. This V is resolved into two components. Vx is u cos theta only. It won't change. It won't change because there is no acceleration along x direction. So it has uniform motion in horizontal direction. In vertical direction, Vy, to get Vy, apply V square minus u square is equal to 2as. See how I am applying the equations of motion. This is very important because problems are many. You have to learn how to solve a problem. Okay, I am using equations of motion. So v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So in which direction? In vertical direction. So I am applying in vertical direction. Okay, so Vy, Uy, Ay. So what is initial velocity in vertical direction? This is final velocity we want, Vy. That is Vy minus Vy square, Uy square. Initial velocity in vertical direction, u sin theta whole square, to initial velocity is minus 2g minus g, since it is rising up initially. So minus z into s. Displacement is minus h. displacement is minus h. So minus of minus plus. So Vy is equal to u square sine square theta. You bring minus this side plus, minus of minus plus. So 2gh, okay, under root. So this is Vy. I got Vx, Vy. I want V, velocity. So the V can be written as, I will write here. Okay. So V bar can be written as Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. That is, what is Vx? U cos theta I cap plus, what is Vy? Square root of u square sine square theta plus 2gh Vy into j cap. So this is the vector form. Okay. This is the vector form. X component multiply with the unity vector. You will get velocity component in x direction. Magnitude of velocity in y direction multiply with unit vector. You get this vector. This is the answer. With what velocity it will hit the ground? This is the answer. If you want its magnitude, okay, magnitude. So magnitude is square root of Vx square plus Vy square. Okay, this is the magnitude formula. That is square root of Vx is use cos theta square, that is u square cos square theta plus Vy square. So squaring on this, you will get, remove this square root. So u square sine square theta plus 2gh. Okay, that is Vx square plus Vy square. Okay, I got this. So what you will get? So what you will get here? That is, so magnitude of velocity is u square cos square theta plus u square sine square theta. You take common u square, so you will get sine square theta plus cos square theta plus 2gh under root. So what is sine square theta plus cos square theta? It will become 1. So that is u square plus 2gh. So this is the answer. So with what velocity it will hit the ground? Answer is square root of u square plus 2gh. With that velocity it will hit the ground. Clear? Suppose if you want with what angle it will strikes the ground. Suppose with what angle it will strikes the ground. Suppose this is the ground. With what angle it will strikes the ground. So you have to this angle. This angle is, this is angle of striking. This is, I draw a tangent here. This is angle of striking. So this is V. So I want V direction. With what angle it will strikes the ground? With what angle it will strikes the ground? Strikes the ground. Suppose this is the question. How do you answer? So this is Vx component. This one is Vy component. So you apply tan theta formula. So tan theta is equal to Vy by Vx. So theta is equal to tan inverse Vy by Vx. So you substitute Vy value, square root of u square sin square theta by 2gh, Vx value, u cos theta, you will get here in this expression, you will get angle with which it will strikes the ground. Okay. So this is next model. Next problem. A particle of mass √3 kg is projected with the speed meter second inverse at an angle 30 degrees. At an angle 30 degrees with the horizontal. As shown in the figure. Okay. Take G is 10. Match the following. Column 1, A. Average velocity during half of the time of flight. B. The time after which the angle between velocity vector with the time after which the angle between velocity vector and initial velocity becomes pi by 2, that is 90 degrees. C. The change in linear momentum. When particle is at the highest point, so these are the, and last one is horizontal range. So this is the problem. So there is a projectile, a body is projected with an angle, with initial velocity u at an angle theta 30 degrees. Okay, with initial velocity 10 meter second inverse. So u is 10 meter second inverse. theta 30 degrees. So this is the, you have to match. So here I have to give these right side columns also. Okay. So the right side columns are here P is half Q 5 by 2 root 13 R 5 root 3 S at an angle theta is equal to tan inverse 1 by 2 root 3 T 2. Okay, so you have to match this one. It may be more than one option. Okay, it may be more than one option. So you have to match column 1 and this is column 2. Column 2 P Q R S T. You have to match A B C D. So how we can solve this problem? So here is horizontal range. First you find this one. Horizontal range is, what is range? Range is given by the formula U square sine 2 theta by G. What is U? 10. 10 into 10, 100. Sine 2 theta can be written as 2 sine theta cos theta by G 10. So 110, you will get 10 into 2, 20 sine 30 into cos 30. What is sine 30 cos 30? Sine 30 is, I will write 20 into, what is sine 30? 1 by 2 cos 30 root 3 by 2. So 2 10 times. So 2 5 times. So answer 5 root 3 meters. So the range, horizontal range D, I got 5 root 3. So it matches to R. So D matches to R. So I will write here. So what is D? D match to R. Okay. So 1 is over. So remaining 3 is left. Average velocity during half of the time of flight. So for that you have to find this maximum height. So this is maximum height. Okay. This is half of the time of flight. That means during ascent. For ascent, how much time it will take? Time of ascent is equal to U sine theta by G. That is U 10 sine 30 half by G 10. 10 10 get cancelled. Half. So time of ascent is half second. So time of flight is 1 second. Total time of flight is 1 second. Because time of ascent, time of flight is time of ascent plus time of descent. For rising it will take half second. For falling it will take half second. So total time of flight is 1 second. So we want average velocity during half of the time of flight. That means during ascent only. We want average velocity. So how do you find average velocity? Average velocity is equal to total displacement by total time. Total displacement from here to here, total displacement by total time we can write. Okay. So this is h. This distance becomes r by 2, half of the range. So range I got already is 5 root 3, half of this, and you get h. So average velocity of the flight. The time after which the angle between the velocity vector and the initial velocity become pi by 2. Change in linear momentum when the particle is at the highest point. So when a particle is at the highest point, what is the change in linear momentum? So you find here momentum. Here momentum is mu cos theta. First I will do this one. So average velocity of the half of the time of light. Okay. So I will rub. I need a space. So I will rub this question. Mass of the particle is √3 kg. Okay. So we want h. So what is h? H is maximum height u square sine square theta by 2g. That is u square 100, 10 square 100, sine theta sine 30, half square 1 by 4, 2 into g 10. So this is 1, 10 get cancelled, 2, 5, you will get 5 by 4. So maximum height is 5 by 4 meters. Maximum height is 5 by 4 meters. So we want average velocity. Average velocity is total displacement by total time. So total displacement, I will write it as average velocity. So total displacement by total time. Total displacement is, so how you can write? Displacement is equal to r by 2. X direction displacement is I cap. X direction displacement r by 2. Y direction displacement is h. So r by 2 I cap plus h j cap. I want magnitude of displacement. So I will write here. So mod s bar is equal to square root of r by 2 square plus h square. That is displacement. So r by 2 square. So this is r by 2. So we have r by 2 means 5 by 2 √3 square plus h square. H is 5 by 4 square. So that is the displacement. Okay, yes. So you simplify this. 5 square 25, 25 into 3, 75 by 2 square 4. Here 25 plus 4 square 16. So you multiply with the 4 and divide with the 4. So here you will get 4 into 4 16. So you will get S is equal to 16, you take it as common. Here 4 into 75, that is 300. 300 plus 25, 325. So that is 325 under root 16. That is S is equal to, we can write it as root 325 by 4. Okay, root 16 is 4. So this is the displacement. So time, I want average velocity during half of the time of flight. So average velocity is given by total displacement by total time. Total displacement by total time. Okay, this is average velocity. That is, what is total displacement? Square root of 325 by 4. This is the total displacement. Total time. Total time is 1 second. So I will write 1. So this is square root of 325 by 4. You check this one. average velocity 5 by 2 into root 13. Root 13 is 169 into 5. 5 square 25. So I think you check the answer. Which one is suitable? Average velocity. Okay. So here average velocity is equal to total displacement by total times, that is square root of 325 by 4 into what is total time here for ascending half, so that is 1 by 2 you bring into 2, so that is you multiply with 2, so that is 325 by 2, root 325 by 2. So this is the answer. This is equivalent to, I think this is the value, 5 by 2. This root 325 by 2. You will get nearly this square root of 325. You will get 18 nearly. 18 by 2. This is you will get nearly 18. 18 by 2 you will get 9. Okay. So this 5 by 2 into root 13 is nearly equal to 9. Okay. So it matches to the average velocity during the half of the time of flight. It matches to, so A matches to Q. So I will write here A matches to Q. A matches to Q. Okay. And average velocity. We want average velocity. So we find average velocity. So you find this one same thing in another way also. You find average velocity in horizontal direction and you find average velocity in vertical direction, and you take mean of that. You will get average value. So this is, so how this method I did? I find total displacement by total time. This is one of the method. Total displacement is, I find displacement r by 2 I cap plus h j cap. This is the displacement vector. Okay. This is the displacement vector. This can be written as x component, y component. This is one method. There is another method to calculate this. Otherwise, you can find this one in the okay. So the average velocity along the x direction I cap plus average velocity during y direction, okay, into j cap. This is average velocity. You can also write it like this. Average velocity in x direction is u cos theta only. Okay, because it has uniform motion in horizontal direction. Average velocity in y direction. In y direction is initial is u sin theta, final is vertical component is 0 here. Average is u sin theta initial plus final by 2, that is 0 by 2, 0. So this is average velocity in y direction. This is average velocity in x direction. So written, if you want in terms of vectors, you have to write like this. But if you want magnitude, you can write like this. So magnitude of average velocity is equal to square root of magnitude of average velocity along the x direction square plus average velocity along y direction square. Its magnitude square root of average velocity in x direction is u cos theta square plus this is u sin theta by 2 whole square. Okay, you simplify this, you will get an answer, same answer. Let us check. Okay, this is average velocity during half of the time of flight. So what is u cos theta? U cos theta is, u is 10 cos theta, 10 cos theta, cos 30 root 3 by 2 whole square plus u sin theta 10 sin 30 half by 2 whole square. Okay, this one is 5 square 25 into root 3 75 plus this one is 5 by 2. This is 5 by 2 square 25 by 4 under root. So this is 4 into 25 300 325 325 by root 4 is 2. This is 18 by 2, nearly 9. So we get the same answer. So we can do this one, average velocity during half of the time. This is the second method. So how I did? I find the average velocity along the x direction, average velocity in y direction. X direction it has uniform motion, so it is u cos theta. In y direction it is average velocity is initial plus final 0 by 2, since it has uniform accelerated motion in vertical direction. So you take the average of, you find this is average velocity in vector form. I find the magnitude. So I got average velocity. So I got same answer. So this problem we can do in this method also. The next one is, so I find this average velocity. This one is over horizontal range. I got it as 5 root 3 horizontal range, time of flight 1 second. So I take this out. This is 9. Next, the next one is the time after which the angle between the velocity vector and the initial velocity becomes pi by 2. So this is the initial velocity. Initial velocity is in this direction, u. So after what time this velocity becomes perpendicular? So this is the initial velocity direction. So after t seconds, let v be the velocity. This is the direction. So this velocity is perpendicular. So the angle between them is should be pi by 2. So I assumed that what is initial velocity? Initial velocity is u cos theta I cap u sin theta j cap in vector form. Okay, this is the initial velocity in vector form. This is initial velocity. So let v be the velocity after t seconds. This how we can write? V is equal to vx I cap plus vy j cap. What is vx? X component is u cos theta only. It won't change. I cap plus y direction. To get velocity after t seconds, you apply v is equal to u plus 80. So u is u sin theta in vertical direction minus gt. This is vertical component after t seconds into j cap. So this is the velocity after t seconds. So when this initial velocity and this velocity should be perpendicular to each other. So this is the direction of velocity. So I draw a tangent here. So this gives the direction of velocity. This is the direction of initial velocity. These two should be perpendicular. So 90 degrees. So what is, if the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then the angle between them is 0. So I will write u bar dot v bar. I take it as 0. Why? Because u bar is perpendicular to v bar. So the dot product between them is 0. So this is the vectors. So you have to learn the vectors before studying this kinematics. Okay, all of you. So u bar dot v bar is 0. So dot product. What is u bar? U cos theta I cap plus u sin theta j cap dot u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta minus gt j cap. Okay, this between them dots. So I will rub this diagram also. So I don't need this one now. So I need this space. Okay. So this is the question. Okay. So dot product u cos theta I cap dot u cos theta I cap. So x1 x2 x1 x2 is u bar dot v bar, we have it is 0, that is u cos theta whole square, u cos theta into u cos theta, u square cos square theta, x1 x2 plus y1 y2 u sin theta that is y1 y2 of u sin theta minus gt, x1 x2 plus y1 y2 should be 0. This is the dot product formula. So u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta, you simplify this, minus u sin theta into gt, that is 0. That is u square cos square theta plus sin square theta, you take it as common, it will become 1. So minus u sin theta gt, that is 0. So what is u sin theta gt, u square, 1 u get cancelled. So what is t, u sin theta u by g sin theta g sin theta. So this is the time. So remember this one as a shortcut. Okay. So time after which their velocity vectors becomes perpendicular is u by g sin theta. So t is, what is u here, 10, what is g, 10, sin theta sin 30 half. So t is 2 seconds, sin 30 half 2 seconds, u sin theta u by g sin theta. Okay, what is u here? I think it is 10. So the velocity after what time, the time after which the angle between the velocity vector and the initial velocity vector becomes perpendicular. So I think what is the answer here? So we got after 2 seconds the velocity vector is perpendicular. Suppose you want velocity at that instant. Suppose it is not given, we don't want here, but still in another problem you may get what is the velocity of at that instant. Suppose that is the question. So how do you answer this? So I will write that one. So velocity at that instant, I want that velocity. Okay. I want velocity at that instant. What is that instant? U bar is perpendicular to V bar. Okay? At that instant I want velocity. Okay. So see the diagram. So this is the initial velocity. This is the velocity after t seconds. This is the velocity. Okay. This is V bar, this is U bar. Here the angle between them is 90. So this is theta. This is 90. This is what is this angle? So this is, I want this angle. Let it be alpha. If this is alpha, this angle is also alpha. Okay. So what is alpha here from this triangle? 9 theta plus 90 plus alpha is equal to 180. So what is alpha? 90 minus theta. Okay. So let V be the velocity at this instant. I want this velocity. So what is its horizontal component? V cos theta. V cos alpha. So that V cos alpha should be equal to horizontal component is V cos alpha. V is the velocity at that instant. Horizontal component is V cos alpha. That should be equal to initial velocity U cos theta. Why? Because in horizontal direction the component of velocity it won't change. In horizontal direction it has uniform motion. So initially it has U cos theta. So after t seconds also it should have U cos alpha, U cos theta. So I equated V cos alpha to U cos theta. So V is equal to U cos alpha by cos theta by cos alpha. Cos alpha, instead of alpha I am writing 90 minus theta. That is V is equal to U cos theta by cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. That is U cot theta. So what is the answer? Velocity after t seconds is at that instant is U cot theta. So this is the answer. Next. So this B section is over. Next one. So B matches to, here it is not given, 2 seconds. So B, A, B is given as 2 seconds. It is not given in this options. And change in linear momentum when its particle is at the highest point. We want change in linear momentum. So we want change in linear momentum when it is at the highest point. So here momentum is mass into velocity. What is initial momentum? mu cos theta. In horizontal direction there is no change in velocity. Hence there is no change in momentum in horizontal direction. In vertical direction is u sin theta. Here it is 0. So what is change in momentum? Change in momentum, linear momentum we want. What is the formula? Final momentum minus initial momentum. Initial momentum. That is called change in momentum. What is final momentum? Final momentum is in horizontal direction there is no change. So final momentum is 0 minus initial momentum is u sin theta. That is velocity into mass. Mass into velocity becomes momentum. Okay. So that is minus mu sin theta. That is minus, what is m? Root 3. What is u? 10. What is theta? Sin 30. Half. So what you will get here? Change in linear momentum we got, it is 5 root 3. 5 root 3. So this is the answer for part C. Change in momentum is 5 root 3. Okay. So these are the few problems regarding units is Newton second. Okay. So these are the few problems regarding projectiles. So in today's class we did some problems, some models regarding projectiles. Okay. You do the remaining problems. Okay. Today I am going to stop this one. Okay. Thank you.